Have you ever felt like there were things happening around you that you just couldn't explain? Like you knew something was going on, but you couldn't see what it was or understand why. Maybe you've seen a shadow out of the corner of your eye, heard a voice when no one was around, or felt a presence that you couldn't quite place. If you have, then you've probably experienced the unexplained, the unexplainable, the things that make up our world a little less ordinary. In today's video, we will talk about seeing beyond the veil, discovering the powers of a seer. We'll explore what it means to see beyond the veil and how it can change your life forever. So get ready to open your mind and get curious, because this is gonna be one wild ride. Welcome back to another amazing video. Before we dive into today's topic, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered if there's more to our world than what we can see, hear, touch, or feel with our physical senses? Like, are there things happening all around us that we're just not aware of? Or maybe you've heard stories about people who seem to have abilities that defy explanation, like knowing things that they couldn't possibly know or seeing things that others can't. Now, imagine for a moment that there really is a whole other world that exists right alongside our own. A world that's full of unseen energies and vibrations that we can't detect with our physical senses. What if some people are able to tap into this world and see things that are normally hidden from view? This might sound crazy, but stay with me because I think this idea has some real potential. What if these people who can see beyond the veil are actually seers? Now, you might be wondering what the heck is a seer? Well, in simple terms, a seer is someone who has the ability to see things that are not visible to the naked eye, like seeing energy fields, or even spirits. Seers are kind of like spiritual detectives, if you will. They have a unique ability to tune into the world around them and perceive things that others can't. But being a seer isn't just about having a cool superpower. It's also about having a deep connection to the spiritual realm. Seers are often seen as wise and insightful because they're able to access a deeper level of understanding that most people don't have. And as a seer, you might find yourself drawn to helping others, using your powers for good, like guiding lost souls or protecting those who are vulnerable. Okay, so now that we know what a seer is, let's talk about what it means to see beyond the veil. You know how sometimes you just have a gut feeling about something, like you can't explain it, but you just know it's true? Well, seeing beyond the veil is kind of like that, except it's much more intense and profound. When you see beyond the veil, you're able to perceive things that are normally hidden from view, like seeing the energy that surrounds people or places or even objects. You might be able to see the past or future or even connect with spirits who are trying to communicate with us. It's like having a sixth sense or something, except it's real. So what exactly do seers see? Well, it can vary from person to person. Some seers might see the energy field that surrounds all living beings, while others might be able to see spirits or even travel through time. One thing's for sure, though, when you see beyond the veil, you're able to perceive things that are not only outside the range of normal human perception, but also outside the limitations of our physical senses. And here's the really cool part. Being a seer is not just a fun and interesting ability. It's also a powerful tool for personal growth and transformation. When you're able to see beyond the veil, you're able to tap into a deeper level of awareness and understanding. You might find yourself becoming more intuitive, compassionate, and wise as a result. Of course, being a seer isn't all sunshine and rainbows. In fact, it can be pretty challenging and even overwhelming at times. After all, when you're able to see things that others can't, you might be more sensitive to the pain and suffering in the world. Plus, you might face skepticism and disbelief from those who don't understand your abilities. But despite the challenges, being a seer is an incredibly rewarding experience. Imagine being able to help guide people through difficult times by seeing their energy fields or being able to connect with loved ones who have passed on. The possibilities are truly endless. Let's take a closer look at some of the powers that Seers possess. First and foremost, Seers are incredibly intuitive. They have a strong sense of knowing when something is out of balance or when someone needs help. They might pick up on subtle shifts in energy or feel a sense of urgency that compels them to act. This intuition is a valuable tool that Seers use to guide their decisions and actions, allowing them to navigate the world with a deep sense of awareness. Another power of Seers is their ability to see beyond the physical world. They might be able to perceive energy fields, auras, or even spirits that are not visible to the naked eye. This ability allows them to connect with the spiritual realm and gain a deeper understanding of the world around them. For example, a seer might be able to see the energy field of a person and use the information to help them heal or grow. Or they might be able to connect with the spirit of a loved one who has passed on. Seers are also often highly empathetic. They're able to pick up on the emotions and feelings of those around them, which allows them to connect with others on a deep level. This can be a powerful tool for healing and transformation, as seers are able to use their empathy to help others process their emotions and release any negativity that might be holding them back. Another power of seers is their ability to tap into the collective unconscious. This is a vast storehouse of knowledge and wisdom that is available to all of us, but most people are unaware of it. Seers are able to access this collective unconscious and use it to gain insights and guidance. They might have vivid dreams or receive sudden flashes of inspiration that help them understand complex problems or situations. Finally, seers are also often highly creative. They're able to use their imagination and intuition to come up with new ideas and solutions that others might not be able to think of. This creativity allows them to express themselves in unique ways and to see the world in a way that is both beautiful and inspiring. So, those are just a few of the amazing powers that seers possess. If you feel like you have these abilities yourself, then congratulations, you might be a seer. Just remember that with great power comes great responsibility. Use your abilities wisely and always stay true to your intuition. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so what if I am a seer or I think I might be one? What should I do with this information? Well, first off, don't freak out. It's totally normal to feel a little overwhelmed when you realize that you might have these kinds of powers. Take some time to process it all and don't be afraid to reach out for help if you need it. One thing you can do is to start practicing meditation and mindfulness. This can help you develop your intuition and connect with your inner wisdom. You can also try doing things like yoga or other forms of movement that help you feel grounded and centered. Another thing you can do is to start paying attention to your dreams. Dreams are a powerful way for your subconscious mind to communicate with you, and they can provide valuable insights and guidance. Keep a dream journal by your bed and write down your dreams as soon as you wake up. You might be surprised at what you discover. You can also start paying attention to your gut feelings. That little voice inside you that tells you whether something feels right or wrong. Don't ignore it. Trust me, your gut instincts are there for a reason. Finally, don't be afraid to use your powers for good. If you feel called to help others, then do it. Use your intuition and insight to guide you and trust that you're making the right decisions. Well, that's a wrap on today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about the fascinating world of seers and their incredible powers. If you're a seer or just curious about these mystical abilities, we encourage you to keep exploring your intuition and embracing the unexplained. Who knows, you might just discover even more amazing powers within yourself. Before we go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.